my beloved child, come closer and listen to me with your heart. Do not rush past these words. Sit gently where you are, take a slow breath, and let your spirit grow quiet. I am speaking to you now, not to a crowd, not to the world, but to you. I know your name. I know your story. I know the weight you carry, even the weight you no longer speak about. I see the tired places in your heart that no one else notices. And I want you to know this before anything else: you are not forgotten, you are not alone, and you have never been abandoned. You may be listening with hands that have worked many years, hands that have held children, wiped tears, carried burdens, and folded in prayer. You may be listening with a heart that has loved deeply and been hurt deeply too. Some days you feel strong, and other days you feel weak without knowing why. I see all of it. Every quiet sigh, every memory that comes back when the room is silent, every fear that visits you late at night. I see them, and I am here. I am not speaking in thunder today. I am not shouting from the sky. I am speaking softly, the way a loving parent speaks to a child who has been through much. I am speaking in words meant to be understood, words meant to rest gently on your soul, not to frighten you, not to confuse you, but to awaken you to my love and my truth. You have walked a long road. You have seen seasons change many times. You have watched people come and go. You have buried dreams and planted new hopes. You have learned that life is not always kind, and that time does not always heal everything the way people promise. There are wounds that remain tender, even after many years. I know this. I have been walking beside you through every season, even when you did not feel me there. There were moments when you called out to me and felt no answer. Moments when you prayed and wondered if your words reached heaven. Moments when silence felt heavy, and you thought perhaps I had turned away. But hear me now with clarity and peace. I never left, not for a moment. Even in silence I was working. Even in waiting I was holding you. Some of you listening feel tired in a deep way, not just in the body, but in the soul. You wake up and carry a quiet heaviness. You smile for others, but inside you feel worn. You wonder how much longer you must keep going. My child, I know that tiredness. I know how long you have been strong. I know how many times you chose to stand when it would have been easier to sit down and give up. I see that strength even when you do not. Others of you feel afraid. Afraid of tomorrow. Afraid of sickness. Afraid of being alone. Afraid of being forgotten by family, by friends, by the world. You may not say these fears out loud, but they live inside you. I want you to know something very important today. Nothing about your life is invisible to me. Not one tear has fallen without me seeing it. Not one prayer has been whispered without me hearing it. You may think, I am too old now. My time of purpose is past. But that is not my voice speaking to you. That is fear, and fear does not come from me. As long as you have breath, you have purpose. As long as your heart beats, your life has meaning. You are still needed. You are still loved. You are still part of my plan. I am speaking to you now because this moment matters. This is not an accident. You did not find these words by chance. I wanted you to pause. I wanted you to listen. I wanted you to remember who you are and whose you are. Too often the noise of the world makes you forget. Too often worries speak louder than truth. Today, I am gently asking you to listen to me again. Remember when you were younger and faith felt simpler. When prayers came easily and hope felt closer. Life may have added layers of disappointment since then. You may have learned to protect your heart. You may have learned not to expect too much. But I am inviting you to soften again, not because life is easy, but because I am faithful. I am not disappointed in you. I am not counting your failures. I am not keeping a list of your mistakes. I look at you with love, the kind of love that does not fade with time, the kind of love that does not change when your strength changes, the kind of love that stays when others leave. You may feel that the world moves too fast now. Technology changes, people change, values change, and you sometimes feel left behind. But my love has not changed, my truth has not changed. My care for you has not weakened with age. If anything, my closeness has grown deeper, quieter, more tender. I know there are regrets you carry, words you wish you had said, words you wish you had not said, choices you would change if you could go back. My child, hear this clearly. I am greater than your regrets. I can bring peace even to memories that still ache. I can bring meaning even to the parts of your life that feel broken. Today, I am asking you to open your heart just a little. You do not need to understand everything. You do not need to have all the answers. You only need to listen. Let these words settle in you slowly, like warm light at sunrise. There is no rush. I am patient with you. This message is not meant to scare you. It is meant to awaken you. Time is precious, yes, but not because I am threatening you. Time is precious because love is still being offered, because grace is still available, because you are still being called by name. Stay with me. Do not turn away. What I am about to share with you comes from deep love and deep truth. Your life matters more than you realize, and your heart is more valuable than you know. I am here speaking to you now, and I will continue walking with you step by step, word by word, into what comes next. When you are ready, continue listening, and we will go deeper together. Remain with me. Do not let your mind wander away. Let your heart stay open as we walk a little deeper together. You have already felt something stir inside you, a quiet stirring, like a gentle knock. That is me. I am not rushing you. I am simply inviting you to look inward with honesty and tenderness. Life has taught you many lessons, some gentle and some painful. You did not ask for all of them, yet you learned them anyway. You learned how fragile joy can be. You learned how quickly plans can change. You learned that people you love can leave this world sooner than you expect, and that words left unspoken can stay with you longer than words said. These lessons shaped you, but they did not break you. Even when you felt broken, I was holding the pieces. There were days when you woke up full of hope, believing that goodness would surely find you. And there were days when you woke up already tired, before the day even began. You wondered why life felt heavier than it used to. You wondered why faith sometimes felt like work instead of comfort. I know those thoughts. I heard them even when you did not speak them out loud. As you grew older, you began to understand that strength does not always look like standing tall. Sometimes strength looks like waking up anyway. Sometimes it looks like forgiving again. Sometimes it looks like praying even when you feel unsure. I see those quiet acts of courage. The world may not applaud them, but heaven notices every one. You have carried many roles in your life. You were a child once, looking up to others for guidance. Then you became someone others looked to. You cared, you provided, you sacrificed. And now, in this season, you may feel like those roles have shifted again. You may wonder where you fit. You may feel less needed, less seen. But hear me clearly, your value was never tied to what you did for others. Your value has always been rooted in who you are to me. Faith, my child, is not about never questioning. It is about choosing to trust even when questions remain. You have had questions. Why did this happen? Why did that prayer go unanswered? Why did suffering come when you tried to do right? These questions do not offend me. They draw you closer when you bring them to me instead of carrying them alone. Think of your life like a long road with many turns. Some stretches were smooth, and others were rough. Some seasons were bright with laughter, and others were quiet with grief. You may look back now and see moments you wish had been different. But I see the whole road, and I see how even the hard places shaped your compassion, your patience, your depth. You have learned empathy because you have known pain. You have learned gentleness because you have been wounded. You have learned humility because life humbled you. These are not small things. They are sacred fruits of a life lived honestly. Do not dismiss them. There were times you felt distant from me. You went through motions. You said prayers by habit. You listened but did not feel. That does not mean you failed. It means you were human. Faith is not a constant feeling, it is a relationship. And relationships have seasons of closeness and quiet. I remained faithful through them all. I want you to reflect now, gently, without judgment. Think about the moments when you felt my presence most clearly. Perhaps it was during a simple prayer. Perhaps it was during a song or a sunrise or a quiet walk. Perhaps it was when you felt peace that made no sense given your circumstances. Those moments were real. They were not imagination. They were reminders that I am near. And think also of the moments when you felt lost, when you wondered if you still mattered, when you felt unseen. Even then, I was closer than you realized. Sometimes my work happens beneath the surface, like roots growing quietly underground before a tree can stand tall. As the years passed, you may have learned to guard your heart. Loss taught you caution. Disappointment taught you restraint. You stopped expecting too much, hoping too much, trusting too easily. I understand why you did that, but I gently ask you now, do not let protection become isolation. I am safe to trust. My love will not harm you. Your heart has room for reflection now in a way it may not have before. The pace of life may have slowed, the noise may have softened. This is not emptiness, it is invitation. An invitation to listen, to remember, to reconnect. I am not finished speaking to you, and you are not finished listening. Some of you feel sorrow when you think about the world today. You see confusion, division, and fear. You worry about future generations. You wonder what kind of world they will inherit. Bring those worries to me. You do not need to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. That weight belongs to me. Others of you feel sorrow closer to home. Empty chairs, quiet rooms. Names you no longer hear spoken. Grief does not disappear with time, it changes shape. Some days it feels heavy, other days it feels distant, and some days it surprises you again. I sit with you in that grief. I do not rush it. I do not dismiss it. Love leaves a mark, and that mark is holy. Reflection is not meant to trap you in the past. It is meant to help you understand the present with compassion. You did the best you could with what you knew at the time. Extend to yourself the same grace you so freely gave others. I want you to remember this: your story is not over. Even now, there is meaning unfolding. Even now, your prayers matter. Even now, your presence carries light into places you may never see. You may think your influence has faded, but kindness has a way of traveling farther than you imagine. Stay with me in this reflection. Do not rush to conclusions. Do not judge your life too harshly. Let truth speak louder than regret. Let love speak louder than fear. I am here, steady and patient, guiding your thoughts, holding your memories, and preparing your heart for what I want to share next. We will move forward together, slowly and gently. What comes next is meant to lift you, strengthen you, and remind you that hope has not left you. Keep listening. Stay with me just a little longer. Let these words sink deeper like warm rain into dry ground. You have reflected, you have remembered, and now I want to speak life into you. I want to lift what feels heavy and strengthen what feels weak. I want you to feel, even now, that you are held. I know that some days you feel small in a world that feels very large. You look around and see younger faces, faster steps, louder voices. You may wonder where you belong now. You may feel as though your season of usefulness has passed. But hear me clearly, and let this truth settle firmly in your heart: your worth has not faded with time. Your value has not diminished with age. You are precious to me exactly as you are today. You have something that cannot be replaced. You have wisdom earned through years of living. You have understanding shaped by sorrow and joy. You have patience learned through waiting. These are treasures. The world may rush past them, but I do not. I cherish them, and I use them in quiet, powerful ways. You may not see the impact you still have. A gentle word you speak may stay with someone for years. A prayer you whisper may change a heart far away. A simple act of kindness may bring light to someone standing in darkness. You may never know how far these small acts travel, but I know nothing done in love is ever wasted. When your body feels tired, remember this: rest is not failure. Slowing down is not giving up. I am not asking you to carry burdens meant for younger shoulders. I am asking you to walk at the pace of grace. Listen to your body. Honor the limits it has now. I am not disappointed by them. I designed you with seasons, and this season has its own beauty. Some of you feel lonely, even when people are around. Loneliness can sit quietly beside you, unseen by others. I want you to know that I am especially close in those moments. When you feel forgotten, I remember you. When you feel unseen, my eyes are upon you. Speak to me then. Even a simple "I am here" reaches my heart. You may feel uncertain about tomorrow. The future may seem unclear, and change may feel unsettling. But I want you to rest in this truth: you do not walk into tomorrow alone. I am already there. I hold what is coming just as I held what is past. You do not need to understand everything that lies ahead. You only need to trust that I will walk with you step by step. Let me encourage you in this way: your prayers still matter. Do not believe the lie that says it is too late, or that your voice no longer carries power. When you pray, heaven listens. When you speak my name, you invite peace into the room. When you bless others, you release goodness that outlives you. You may feel that your life now is quieter than before, fewer demands, fewer expectations. This quiet is not emptiness. It is space, space for deeper connection, space for gentler faith, space for listening instead of striving. In this quiet, I often speak most clearly. I want you to be encouraged to forgive yourself. You have carried enough self-blame. You have replayed moments too many times. Lay them down. I do not hold them against you. Learn from them if you must, but do not punish yourself with them. Mercy is not only something you give others, it is something you are allowed to receive. You are allowed to hope again. Hope does not belong only to the young. Hope belongs to every heart willing to trust. Hope may look different now. It may be quieter, simpler, gentler, but it is no less powerful. Hope is knowing that love remains, that meaning continues, and that I am still at work. When fear tries to speak to you, answer it with truth. Fear says you are alone. Truth says I am with you. Fear says you are finished. Truth says you are still becoming. Fear says you are forgotten. Truth says you are known and loved. I want you to feel comfort now, deep in your soul. You do not need to rush through your days. You do not need to prove anything. You have already lived a life of meaning, and you are still living it. Every morning you rise as a gift. Every breath is a sign that your story is still unfolding. Let my presence be your strength. When you feel weak, lean on me. When you feel confused, ask me. When you feel grateful, thank me. I am not distant. I am not silent. I am speaking to you even now. Encouragement is not pretending that life is easy. It is knowing that you are supported even when life is hard. It is trusting that love surrounds you even when circumstances feel uncertain. It is believing that your life still carries light, even in its quieter moments. Stay with me as we continue. What I will share next comes from the same love that encourages you now, but it will also guide you carefully, because guidance is another form of love. Keep listening. I am here with you. Stay close to me now. Do not pull away when my voice grows a little more serious. Love does not only comfort, love also guides. Love protects, gently when a path ahead may bring harm. I speak to you now not to frighten you, but to keep you safe, the way a caring father places a steady hand on a child's shoulder before a dangerous turn. I want you to remember what truly matters, because the world is very good at distracting the heart. Even in later years, distractions do not disappear. They simply change their shape. Worry can become a distraction. Regret can become a distraction. Bitterness can quietly take root if it is not watched. These things slowly steal peace if they are allowed to stay. Be careful, my child, not to let your heart grow hard. Pain can do that if it is left unattended. Disappointment can slowly close doors inside you if you allow it to speak too loudly. Guard your heart with gentleness, not with walls. There is a difference. Walls keep love out. Gentleness allows wisdom to protect without shutting down compassion. I warn you lovingly about holding on to anger. Anger feels strong, but it weakens the soul over time. It tires the spirit. It clouds memory. It steals joy from today while arguing with yesterday. I know you were hurt. I know some wrongs were never made right. But carrying anger does not punish the one who hurt you. It only burdens you. Lay it down. Let me carry what you no longer need to hold. Be careful also with fear. Fear often wears the mask of wisdom, but it is not the same. Wisdom guides with clarity. Fear controls with anxiety. Fear whispers that everything is about to go wrong. Fear tells you to withdraw, to expect the worst, to stop trusting. That voice does not come from me. When fear rises, breathe and return to truth. I am still in control. Do not let the past become your prison. Memory is a gift, but living only in memory can steal the present. There is still life happening now. There are still moments to notice, smiles to receive, kindness to offer. Do not close yourself off because you believe your best days are behind you. Each day carries its own quiet goodness if you allow yourself to see it. I guide you now towards simplicity. The heart was never meant to carry too much. Let go of what weighs you down. You do not need to carry every worry about your family. You do not need to solve every problem. Trust me with what is beyond your reach. Do what you can in love and release the rest. I also gently warn you about neglecting your spirit. The body needs care, and so does the soul. Do not starve your spirit of quiet moments of prayer, of reflection. Even short moments matter. A few words spoken honestly to me. A few minutes of stillness. These things restore strength more deeply than you realize. Be mindful of the voices you listen to. Not every voice deserves space in your heart. Some voices speak fear. Some speak division. Some speak despair. Choose instead to listen to what brings peace, truth, and hope. If a message leaves you feeling empty and afraid, set it aside. I speak in ways that bring light, even when the truth is firm. I want to guide you toward love again and again. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love does not keep a list of wrongs. In your remaining days, let love be your guide more than anything else. Speak kindly. Forgive freely. Bless often. These are not small things. They are powerful acts that shape the soul. Do not underestimate the influence of your attitude. The way you face each day speaks louder than you think. Gratitude opens doors inside the heart. Complaining closes them. I am not asking you to deny pain. I am asking you to choose gratitude alongside it. Even small thanks bring light into heavy places. I also guide you to prepare wisely, not fearfully. Life is precious, and is wise to put things in order, to speak words that need speaking, to forgive where forgiveness is due, to express love while you still can. Do not delay kindness. Do not postpone reconciliation if it is within your reach. These things bring peace. Be gentle with yourself as you age. Accept help when it is offered. Asking for help is not weakness, it is humility. Allow others to serve you as you once served them. This, too, is part of love's circle. I warn you lovingly not to waste your days in constant worry or bitterness. Time is a gift, not a threat. Each day is an opportunity to live quietly well. You do not need grand achievements. A peaceful heart is a beautiful offering. Remember what matters most. Love me, love others, and walk humbly. These truths do not change with age, they become clearer. When all else falls away, these remain. Stay with me as we move toward the closing of this message. What comes next is meant to gather everything we have shared and place it gently into your heart, so you can carry it forward with peace. Keep listening. I am still here. My beloved child, stay with me now as we come to the end of this moment together. Let everything I have spoken settle softly inside you like a warm blanket around your heart. There is no rush. There is no pressure, only love, steady and faithful, surrounding you. You have listened with patience. You have opened your heart. And now I want to gather all these words into one simple truth for you to carry forward. You are deeply loved. You are never alone, and your life still matters more than you know. You may not feel strong every day, but strength has never been the measure of your worth. You may not feel joyful every moment, but joy has not left you. It rests quietly, waiting to be noticed again. You may feel uncertain about what lies ahead, but uncertainty does not cancel my presence. I walk with you into every tomorrow. Remember this when days feel long and nights feel quiet. Remember this when memories visit you uninvited. Remember this when your body feels weak or your heart feels heavy. I am not far away. I am closer than your next breath. I am listening even when you do not speak. I am holding you even when you do not feel held. Your life has been a story of endurance, of love given and love lost, of lessons learned and grace received. Nothing in that story is wasted. Not the joy, not the sorrow, not the waiting. I weave all of it together with purpose far greater than you can see from where you stand. You do not need to fear the passing of time. Time is not your enemy. Each moment you are given is a gift wrapped in opportunity, to love, to forgive, to rest, to trust. You do not need to rush to fill your days. Let them unfold gently. Let peace guide your pace. If there is one thing I want you to hold tightly, it is this: do not let fear make decisions for you. Fear will tell you to close your heart, to withdraw, to expect disappointment. Love tells you to remain open, to stay kind, to keep trusting me. Choose love. Again and again, choose love. When you wake each morning, even if your body feels tired, whisper a simple prayer: I am here. That is enough. When you lie down at night, even if worries linger, place them into my hands. I will carry what you no longer need to hold. Speak words of blessing while you still can. Tell people you love them. Offer forgiveness freely. Receive kindness humbly. These are the treasures that last. These are the things that fill the soul with peace. And if there are days when you feel forgotten by the world, remember this moment. Remember my voice speaking gently to you now. Remember that heaven does not forget its children. Your name is known. Your tears are counted. Your prayers rise like incense. I want you to move forward with a calm heart, not a perfect heart, not a fearless heart, a trusting heart. Trust that I am working even when you cannot see it. Trust that goodness still finds its way to you. Trust that your story is safely held in my hands. As we part for now, do not think of this as an ending. Think of it as a pause, a breath between moments. I will speak to you again. I will remind you again. Tomorrow holds another word, another comfort, another gentle truth meant just for you. So when you are ready, come back and listen again. Let tomorrow bring you back to this quiet place where my voice meets your heart. Until then, rest, walk gently, and remember always, you are loved beyond measure, today and always.